turn on Wi-Fi. It takes a moment, a small pause, almost nothing, and then the device tells you connected. But that pause, that single second, is not empty. Something important is already happening long before any message leaves your device, long before a photo is uploaded, or a text is sent, or a page is opened. Before your data can travel anywhere, your device has to become part of the internet first. This is the part we rarely notice. The quiet beginning of every online action, the invisible start. The moment you toggle Wi-Fi on, your device wakes up a part of itself that had been silent. It begins listening, not for data, not for messages, but simply for signs of nearby networks. Wi-Fi works through radio waves, and your device starts by sending out small, simple signals into the air. These are not messages with content. They're more like gentle taps. Who's out there? These taps are called pull requests, and they ripple outward in short bursts, quiet and routine. Nearby routers respond. Some say, yes, here I am. Others stay silent, waiting for devices they recognize. Your device collects these replies one by one. It builds a small list in its mind. Network it sees, networks it remembers, networks it has never met before. All of this happens quietly, without animation or sound. Just a sequence of tiny radio conversations between machines that understand exactly what to say to each other. The first contact. Once your device spots the network you want, the one you've joined before, or the one you're choosing now, it takes the first step toward it. This is the beginning of contact. Your device introduces itself, not with the name you chose, but with the identity it carries at the hardware level, a unique address built into your device long before you bought it. The router sees this introduction. It decides whether to talk back. If the network is open, the conversation moves forward immediately. If the network is protected, your device pauses here and waits for you to confirm the password. But even then, there is no drama, just simple question and answer. Here's the password. Is it correct? Yes. With that agreed, the router allows the next step, association. Association is where the router effectively says, all right, you can be part of this network. Come closer. You may enter. Your device accepts. They establish a small, stable link, nothing more than a basic relationship between two machines that now recognize each other in the air around them. This is not the internet. Not yet. This is just a doorway. But now that your device is allowed in, something more significant can happen. Getting an identity. Inside the local network, your device is not fully itself yet. It's present, but undefined. It has no place to stand, no address to occupy. So it asks the network for one. This is where DHCP enters the story. The simple system that gives every device on the network a unique local identity. Your device makes a request. I need an address. Where should I be? The router replies. Sometimes it already knows where you've been placed before. Sometimes it decides a new spot. Either way, the result is the same. Your device is given a local IP address. This is different from your public identity. This is not the address the internet will see. This is only for a small world inside your home or office, the private side of the connection. But it is essential. Without it, your device has no way to participate, no way to talk to the router, no way to receive anything at all. This address is like being handed a key with a room number on it. A simple label that says, this is where you are, this is where you can be found. As soon as the device accepts this identity, the network acknowledges it. I know who you are now. I know where to send things meant for you. It's a quiet moment, but it marks a shift. Before this, your device was only knocking. Now it belongs. You are not you. Even with its new identity, your device is still not visible to the wider internet. The address is just received as private. It only works inside your local network. Nothing outside your router will ever see it. To the outside world, all the devices in your home, your phone, your laptop, your tablet, your smart TV are represented by a single public identity, the one belonging to your router. This is where network address translation (NAT) quietly sits in the background, not as something complex or dramatic, but as a simple way of keeping things organized. Your router stands at the edge of your network, facing outward. It speaks to the internet for you. It keeps track of every device inside. And when the time comes, it will know exactly how to route messages back to the right place. But right now, none of that is happening. No messages are traveling. No requests are being made. Your device has not asked for anything yet. It has simply joined the local world, been given a private identity and settled into place, ready but not sending. At this point, all the quiet steps have completed: the scanning, the first contact, the authentication, the association, the request for a local address, the acceptance into the private network behind the router. The device now sits in a small, stable environment that it belongs to. It can see the router. The router can see it. They have agreed on how to talk to each other. Everything is prepared for what comes next. And still, nothing has been sent. No message has left the device. The internet has not yet heard from you. You are simply ready. This is the part you almost never think about. That long before a message leaves your device, long before any website loads or any app connects, your device has already gone through a small sequence of introductions, agreements, and assignments. Only now, when everything is in place, do you press send.